Hey guys, Tim here, Big Dog Forge. Welcome back to the shop. So this time around we're going to be building a jig for some courting candle holders, and we're going to be building some courting candles as well. So haven't built these in a while. Used to have a jig, don't anymore. So I got a friend of mine who wanted a few of these things, so I decided I'd throw a jig together and make a little video of it. And these things actually sell pretty well if you're doing street fairs, stuff like that. And I've sold them anywhere from, I don't know, $10 to about $25 in the past. So it's not something I plan on producing in mass, but just having a little fun here. And I wanted to say hi to everybody. So it's been a while since I put a video out. I apologize for that. Work's been a little bit busy. I'm one of those essential people and working every day. So anyway, this big chunk of metal that I've got here was already basically in the shape that it's in. And if you're going to do this, you don't have to use a big chunk of steel like that. A piece of pipe works, that kind of thing. And I'm welding this tube on the bottom simply for something to hold in the vise, to hold it still while I use it. Yeah, and I got away from the TIG welder. The gap was just too big, and I was losing a little bit of patience. And the MIG welder took it over and did a good job on that tube. And I got called away, a little bit of an emergency, but it wasn't too bad. We got back, and I think this is the next day, and got that mandrel welded to that base. So this is a courting candle that belongs to a friend of mine. And I'm going to build this jig to sort of simulate the size and curl or the wraps on the one that she already has. So they won't be exact. I'll put a different type of handle on them, but it'll be close. And everybody that builds these has their own unique take on them anyway. Now that rod that I'm wrapping around is 1/4 inch cold rolled. If you don't anneal it or heat it, it takes on a pretty nice little curl. Weld everything in place. I'm putting a stop on to grab the handle. That will be the starting point of the coil. And this is just a little guide for the transition between the base and the coil. All right, we're going to start with some 1/4 inch cold rolled steel and heat it up in the forge, and actually heat it up the full lengths to anneal this stuff. It bends a little easier when you're done. And just putting a curl in both ends, and then we'll bend up a handle on one end using some scrolling tongs. And we use the width of the anvil face as a gauge there. It's just about 5.5, 6 inches wide. And these pieces that I'm starting with are just about 44 inches long. They vary a little bit, but it doesn't really matter. These are individual, and they're all going to be a little bit unique in their own way. So we got to get around the camera, get a little bit close there, and we'll just wind this thing up. And the coil we put on there will just ensure that we have some sort of a space between the windings on this. Just kind of a guide. And it's not too difficult to wind this around there. And we'll grab a pair of tongs, finish it off as best we can, and then we'll build a little mandrel we can pinch in the vise to finish off the very end. There we go. And just unscrew off there. There you go. It's the basics. And we bent up about 4 of those. All right, this is a little mandrel, welded a couple of tabs on it, nothing more than a piece of pipe, and then something I can finish off the ends of these with. And little scrolling tongs, straighten the little curl up. Now, if I'd taken a little more time, I could have quenched that little curl at the end and not distorted it so much, but like I said, they're not too crucial, and they're just aesthetic, really. We get all 4 of these guys finished off at the top, and then we'll go ahead and go for the handles. So anyway, guys, I'll just let you watch the rest of this video. I wanted to say hi, let you know I'm doing all right. I hope you are doing fine. Be sure and take care if you're going to be out and about. If you have to be out and about, going to the grocery store, whatever, be really safe. The social distancing is a thing, and I've kind of come up with my own answer for that, but I'll be making a video about that very shortly. And I'm having a little fun with it. There we go. A little beeswax on these guys. And we have to build ourselves some little risers for these. And we'll make some wrought iron pegs to go in the risers. Anyway, so to all of us from Big Dog Forge here, to all you guys out there, just stay safe and make sure you take care of the ones you love. It's important. All right, I could have just hammered out one rod and then cut it into pieces, but I wanted the ends that are going to be exposed to be hammered a little bit, to be finished, to be, you know, other than just a cut piece of steel. So doing it this way gave me that. And I'm only doing 4, so it wasn't too bad. A little beeswax. Yeah, I got to cool this one down a little bit. It'll flame up. That's no good. All right, that's better. Okie doke. Okay, little wooden dowel. Actually, I think I found an old broom handle or something and whittled it down. Drill a little hole, just slightly smaller. And the texture from the hammering actually is all that's really holding these in, that and the pressure, and they work really well. Alrighty. Alright guys, well, this is just about going to do it this time around. Big Dog Forge. If you think about it, like, share, subscribe, and tell all your friends, because that would be really cool. Anyway, really appreciate you guys watching. Take care of yourselves. Be safe. Take care of your families. All right, we'll see you next time, guys. Bye-bye now.